Hey guys, how you doing? On this episode of this chapter, we're going to talk a little bit about your bar tools, okay? Very, very important that we get to know the bar tools. Some of you may already know what they are. We're going to go over them anyways. So they're that important. So first, we have our cocktail shaker. Okay, these are shaker tins. Shaker tins are made out of stainless steel because stainless steel is an incredible conductor of heat and energy. And that's what we want in order to make the perfectly emulsified cocktail. Now, this is technically called a Boston shaker, but if you've ever watched that TV show Cheers or Always Sunny in Philadelphia, they use a classic Boston shaker, which is your big stainless steel tin, and then they use a pint glass. Now, we don't like that. There's a few reasons why. Glass does not absorb, or is not a really good conductor of heat and energy. And it also, there's a risk of chipping that glass and it winding up in your cocktail. We definitely don't want that. So we switch to both stainless steel. You have your big side, you have your little side, okay? As far as executing in a shaker tin, we'll go over it in more details in one of the videos to come, but I want you guys to always get used to building in your small tin with your big tin turned upside down. There's a reason why. If your big tin is turned upside down, your bar back or your busser knows you're cool. If your big tin is turned up, your bar back or your busser knows that you need something. Maybe it's new booze from the storage room, maybe it's some syrups from the walk-in, whatever the case may be. So get used to building with your big tin down in your small tin. Always use stainless steel, always build in your small tin. Next tool we have, pretty simple. This is basically called a mini chinois or a fine strainer. I'll use this if I'm straining out the ice chips of a shaken martini or anything with fresh herbs and fruit in there to keep the debris out of my cocktail. We want our cocktails super clean and bright. We don't want all that trash and garbage in there and ice chips. Next we have your bar spoon, okay? This is a bar spoon with a tulip on one side. Now, if you're having a challenging time mastering your stir with your spoon down, you can always stir with your tulip side down as long as it's clean. It will help you kind of practice that. Now, the bar spoon is a very valuable tool because not only is it used for stirring your drink, you can also use it as a swizzle if you do not have a swizzle stick. And you can also use it, obviously, to scoop out your cherries or your olives or any particular garnish that you may have. So that's your bar spoon. Then we have what's called a hawthorn. Hawthorns are used primarily for shaken cocktails, although if you do not have a julep strainer for a stirred cocktail, you can use a hawthorn. This little spring action here keeps, again, any rubble or debris out as much as it can. Doesn't quite stop certain ice chips, but it will stop some of the bigger chunks in there. You will see some bartenders, when we come around, you can see some bartenders hold their strainer like this, and that's rather uncomfortable. So I want you to get used to holding it. You see this little guy there? That's your trigger, like a pencil. Take your hand like that, slide it in there, hold it like this, so that you can control the flow. You have way more control over your shaker tin, okay guys? That is your hawthorn. Very versatile as well, by the way, guys. If I'm making an egg white cocktail and I really want to pump up the volume of that egg whites, I can simply remove this, make a little tie out of it, toss it in my shaker tin, and now I've got a rattle to whip those eggs up really good, okay guys? So again, very, very versatile. And then last but not least, we have our jigger. I prefer these Japanese long neck jiggers. This is a 2 ounce by 1 ounce. My 1 ounce side has a quarter, half, and a 3/4 measure tool inside, and my 2 ounce has a 1.5 measure inside. Okay, so that's kind of the basics for our bar tool, guys. Get to know them very, very, very well, and we'll see you all on the next episode. Cheers.